Hi, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Nick Cosgrove, and I'm back with my new coaching reality series called From a Coach's Perspective. Today, I want to talk about why I believe personal training should be added to your benefit packages. If you work for a big company, there's a good chance that you have benefits, and those benefits might include massages with RMTs, physiotherapy sessions with a physiotherapist, naturopathic bookings with a naturopath, dental care, medical care. But one thing you'll notice is you most likely do not have personal training offered as a benefit. And I think this is a big mistake by these companies. I think it's something that a lot of insurance companies should offer as a option for companies when booking benefit packages. And the reason for this is because personal training as a whole offers so many benefits to people both at the workplace and outside of the workplace. Okay, so I want to go over a few reasons why I believe personal training should be an option. And if you yourself are an employer, you have a small business, you could think about maybe offering this as an additional incentive to your employees, and say, we're going to cover you for 5K of personal training a year. All right. And you can use that however you want, whether it goes towards small group training, online training, or private training sessions. But we're going to give you 5K or a certain amount per year put towards personal training sessions. And again, this is something that's somewhat of a controversial topic because, of course, a lot of people are going to think that I have a biased opinion because I'm a personal trainer and I work in the fitness industry. So I always tread lightly on this topic, but it's something I've talked about with clients for years. And it's something I truly believe in because a lot of people can't afford personal training, right? And let's face it, when you're paying anywhere from 80 to $150 an hour for a one-on-one session with a experienced, knowledgeable trainer, that adds up very quickly. So unless you are someone who is making easily, six-figure salary a year, it can be very difficult for a lot of people to work with a trainer three, four times a week, right? So I think it's something that a lot of companies should offer, and it should be something that a lot of companies should be able to offer through their benefit packages. Because there's a lot of people that don't use their massages or they don't use physiotherapy care. They don't use naturopathic care. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm just saying there's a lot of people that don't. And there's a lot of people that would actually benefit more from going to the gym and moving their body so that they can prevent illnesses, prevent injuries, prevent physical limitations, right? So, the number one reason why I believe employers should offer personal training in their benefit packages, sick days. If you look at the amount of sick days that an employee takes per year, now I know there's some people like myself who don't take any sick days, but there are a lot of people who take sick days quite often. And I'm a firm believer that the stronger your immune system is, the less likely you are to take sick days, right? And the only way to strengthen your immune system is by exercising on a regular basis and following a clean diet, right? So in order to do that, you have to get to the gym. Now, a lot of people have a hard time getting to the gym, right? For a lot of people, they'll say, I don't have the time or I don't know what I'm doing. Or it's the accountability factor. And that's where having a personal trainer is huge because when you have someone where you have a meeting set up to meet with that person, whether it's one-on-one or in a small group setting or a partner session, you're going to show up. And if you don't show up, well, you get charged for the session, right? So it's that extra accountability factor that someone is waiting for you. All right. So that right there holds the person accountable to go to the gym, exercise regularly, and keep their immune system strong and healthy. In turn, you as the employer benefit from the person taking less and less sick days. All right. So I have quite a few clients who have their own businesses, and the amount of sick days that their employees take is it's astronomical, right? And especially parents or employees, sorry, who are parents who have kids. Kids are at daycare all day, they're at school, and they're bringing home, different types of illnesses, and then the parents get sick. But again, if your immune system is strong and healthy, you're less likely to get sick. 22 plus years of doing this job, I've never taken a sick day. I've taken 2 days off. And those 2 days were post surgery, post appendix surgery and post hernia surgery. And I was only one day off from each one. And I was right back in the gym again. Okay. So it shows you that the stronger you are, whether physically and mentally, the less likely you are to take sick days. So from an employee standpoint, this is great because you're not going to be sick as often. You're not going to be run down. You're going to be feeling good, energized, not as lethargic. And from an employer standpoint, this is perfect because you're going to get the most out of your employees. So it's something that I'm a firm believer that by adding in personal training sessions to your benefit package, this will help employees get sick less likely, less often, I should say. And for employers, you're going to have a more productive workforce, which brings me to my next point, productivity. If you have someone who is feeling energetic, is in a good mood. Um, it has lots and lots of clear, precise visions as to what they want to do with their job, where they want to go. They have goals, they have ambition. A lot of that resonates from being healthy and fit. As opposed to someone who comes in the morning, they're tired, maybe they're a little hungover. Maybe they're on a sugar crash because they had a muffin from Starbucks or they had an English muffin from McDonald's, whatever it is, and then they're coming in and they're starting to feel groggy and lethargic. You're not going to get the most out of that employee. You're not, right? Whereas if you get someone who's ambitious, who comes in, they're 5, 10 minutes early, they're ready to start their day. That is someone you want on your team. That is someone that is going to help your business grow. And as you, as the employee, that's going to help you grow. You're going to get offered promotions. You're going to get offered raises because you're more productive, right? So I truly believe that the more fit someone is, the more ambitious that person is, right? The more energetic they are. They want to attack the day. They want to seize the moment. They want to get that promotion. They want to get that pay raise. They want to move up to the next level in their job, right? So I think all that starts from what someone does with their physical health. All right. And again, going to the gym is going to help. Now, yeah, there are a lot of people that go to the gym on their own, they work out. That's great. But in my experience, a lot of people who go to the gym on their own, I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of people who go to the gym on their own, they don't have a goal. They don't have a mission and they don't really have a game plan when they get to the gym. They're wandering around aimlessly. They're playing on TikTok or Instagram in between sets, and their workouts don't make sense. And they don't see results with their health. They don't see results with their physique. They get discouraged, unmotivated, and they give up. I see this time and time again. I talked about on the Q&A at the beginning of the year how it was 9 out of 10 people quit the gym within the first 3 months of training. So if you start a New Year's plan in January and now we're here at the end of March, 9 of those 10 people are gone. So one person, 10%, that's it. Okay, that's a scary stat. But if you take those same 10 people and you give them a personal trainer, I guarantee you that you'll have at least 70% of them stay on because they're being held accountable for the workouts. They're actually starting to see results with their health. They're seeing results with their physique. All right. And that's motivating. So you want to motivate yourself to continue along with your health and your fitness, hire a personal trainer. And this is why I truly believe that personal training should be offered as an option in people's benefits packages. In addition to massage therapy, in addition to naturopathic care, in addition to physiotherapy, dental, medical, I think personal training should be an option. I truly do. All right. And you could turn it into a program where the personal trainer has to have a certain amount of credentials, has to have a certain certification, and that makes the personal trainer want to do better too. Because let's face it, there's a lot of people in my industry who got their personal training license within a few weeks, and the certification is not that hard to get. Okay, but if you have a certain caliber and you say, you need, for me, for example, I have my BCRPA certification, my ACE certification, and my CanFit Pro. So it's three certifications. I have three covered. Okay. So I feel very confident in my level of expertise from years of working with people, but also because I've gone to school. So I've learned about anatomy and physiology and dietary nutrition. And I have to have my certifications updated on a yearly basis. So I have to continue for my CECs, continuing education credits. So this also makes the trainer better because the trainer has now an incentive to continue to educate themselves so that they continue to get those clients who need to work with them but can only work with them if they have a certain certification. All right. So I think that's very important. And I think that's something that we should be looking at more as employers and see if something that we can offer in our benefit packages. Right. And then the last point I want to bring up is the quality of life. We know the benefits of exercise, right? We know the numerous benefits, the health benefits of exercise, both physically and mentally. But that translates to the quality of your life. If you feel better about yourself, you're going to be a more happy person. You're going to be a more productive person. You're going to be someone who is less sick less often, right? You're going to be someone who really wants to do better in life. You're going to have more ambition. You're going to have more goals. And that translates to the workplace. And if you have an employee who is happy, productive, and wants to do better, your company is going to do better. So it only makes sense to surround yourself with people who are going to give it their all. And in my opinion, the people who really give it their all when it comes to their career, when it comes to their job, when it comes to their business, are the people who give it their all in their physical health as well. Because when you go to the gym, yes, you're working your muscles. Yes, you're helping burning fat. Yes, you're improving your cardiovascular system. All that's great, but you're also strengthening your mental health. All right, you truly are. Because when you go to the gym, you have to have discipline. It takes discipline to go to the gym at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning when you got an 8 hour day ahead of you, and get there, get a sweat. Make sure that you're dialed in your dietary nutrition. Make sure that you have a good meal post workout, maybe a pre workout meal, and then you're setting up a meal plan for the rest of the day. And again, working with an experienced trainer can help because for me, I can tell you right now, my training sessions with my clients go far beyond the 45 or 60 minutes that we spend in the gym. I talk to them about dietary nutrition. I make sure that they understand how to read food labels. I make sure that they understand how to meal prep accordingly. Now, some don't do it, some do. But the ones that do, their results are fast tracked, both internally and physically. Okay. So if you're working with someone who is an experienced trainer and wants to get the most out of their clients, that 1 hour session goes far beyond the workout in the gym. All right. So I truly believe that personal training should be an option in people's benefit packages. Will it? Maybe one day. I mean, I've been talking about this for 15 years. And, I've always been a little hesitant to talk about it publicly because I know I'll get a lot of backlash and people say, no, you just want to make more money. And I'm like, listen, I'll be honest. 90% of my clients are self-employed, so they wouldn't even be getting these benefits anyway. So it doesn't really affect me. Okay. I work with a few employees, but most of my clients are business owners. But my whole issue is that I want people to be able to afford to work with personal trainers and not just in a group class setting. Like group classes, I talked about group classes a few weeks ago. Some group classes are fine, but in my opinion, most people would benefit more from working in a one-on-one or a small group setting with a trainer. And that way they'll learn more. All right. And in my opinion, the reason why a lot of people stop working with, personal trainers in a group class is because they're not seeing those results, because they're not getting that one-on-one attention that they need. That's going to customize the program specifically for them. So I truly believe that everyone should be able to work with a personal trainer, at least for a few sessions a month. You might not be able to work with a trainer like 4 or 5 times a week, especially if your benefits are only for like say 5K a year. But at least having that accountability. Okay, I'm going to work with my trainer once a week, and he or she is going to give me a plan that I can go to the gym and follow for 2 or 3 times on my own each week. And we're going to check in. He or she's going to hold me accountable for my workouts. We're going to talk about dietary nutrition. Maybe they'll help structure a nutrition plan for me, and that's going to fast track your results, as opposed to you wandering around the gym aimlessly, not sure what you're going to do next, not sure what you're going to eat, if you're going to eat, what meal you should eat. Oh, maybe I should go to Chipotle. So, well, no. You know exactly how to dial in your diet, so it's going to complement your training, and that is going to turn your physique and your health, propel your physique and your health, I should say, into a further progress. Okay. And that's what we want to achieve. So that's my whole spiel. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I've always believed that everyone should be able to work with a trainer. I do. Because if you talk to people who have personal trainers, they'll tell you that the benefits outweigh the costs. All right. Is it cheap? No, of course not. Okay. You're working with an expert one-on-one or in a small group setting. It's not going to be cheap, but you get what you pay for. Okay. So do your research, work with someone who's experienced, has knowledge, has testimonials, has Google reviews, and it can really help make a world of difference with your health, your physique, your productivity level. Okay. And again, from an employer standpoint, this is a no-brainer. All right. So even if it's not offered in your benefit packages, as I said earlier, it could be something that you yourself as an employer offer as an incentive to your employees. Okay. Because I truly believe the ROI is going to be greater than the money that you're putting down for that trainer for a year. I truly do believe that. Okay. So always think about the ROI on your productivity level and your physical health and your mental health. And I think you'll see that personal training should be offered to everyone on a annual basis. Anyway, that's it for my spiel or my rant, whatever you want to call it. And remember, if you do have any questions related to your nutritional plan, your workout program, supplements you are currently taking, not taking, or considering taking, please feel free to email me at nick@foreverfitperformance.com, or you can DM me your questions on my Instagram at fitcosgrove_. Don't forget to check out this week's latest No Filter Q&A. It just dropped on our channel this past Monday. And please like and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. And I truly do appreciate all the support and feedback that I receive from each and every single one of you. So please keep supporting, please keep watching, and I'll keep throwing up these episodes every week. Anyway, thank you all, and I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.